Hi, I'm Sophie Warren, and this is Miss Watson. She's my English 9 teacher here at Oak Bay High School. Families ripped from them, language stripped from them, everything they knew gone, difficult for them to carry on, considered their teachings wrong, never realized we could get along, wanted them to be like us, instead we ruined trust. Even though they were harassed, it's too late to change the past. This poem is about residential schools. The first 4 lines are about the children in residential schools and the struggles they were going through. The last lines are about how we thought that we were doing good by taking the First Nations out of them, but now we realize that we were wrong. In my poem, I decided to use the poetic device of rhyme scheme. In lines 3 and 4, I used the lines completely dark with 2 coal eyes as a symbol of the First Nations. The raven is a symbol of loneliness and separation. In my poem, the raven represents a First Nations person who feels different from everyone else because Canadians told him his beliefs were wrong. In the poem, he calls for help, and more of his people join together and stand their ground. The poem represents the time period from the beginning of residential schools, where they felt lonely and like an outcast, to now, where they stand together strong for their beliefs. My concrete poem is about nature. It is representing how First Nations observe the world around them and are able to take in all the details of nature. In my poem, I describe a forest and the small details such as the movement of water. I chose to write my poem in the shape of a tree because to me it symbolizes nature. I wrote my haiku poems on the grandfather teachings of trust and wisdom. I chose these 2 teachings because I think they are the most important. To be honest is a choice, and you must be willing to learn to be wise. In my opinion, that is the most important thing they have in common, choice. I did a limerick poem for my choice poem. A limerick poem is a 5-line poem with the rhyme scheme of AABBA. My limerick poem is based on wolves, which is a First Nations symbol. Thank you for listening. I would like to thank my teachers and guest speakers for inspiring me, and I would also like to thank Stella and Maddie for supporting me.